Hallo Leute, ich bin der Eisender und willkommen zu der Eisender Spiel Diablo 3. I'm back! I decided since there's a new class for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, I had to do a playthrough of it all the way through the story on hardcore mode. No skipping cutscenes or anything of the like. So, lessons on fun. I have already beaten the storyline as a wizard and gotten to Paragon 20.
All that grows must also wither and die. What dies and rots will then nourish the living. This is the great cycle of being, and we, the priests of Rathma, use our dark art to protect it. Though most do not understand us, we go where we are needed. My master has learned that a star fell in the west, drawing the dead from their graves. He commands me to journey to Tristram and return them to their rest. For if the cycle is not upheld, it would mean the end of all things.
Huh. Anyway, like I said, I got to the end of the storyline on,
The fallen star and the dead it raised.
I was speaking. Anyway, yeah, I got to the end of it as a wizard and Paragon 20 something, I forget, but that was on normal story mode. I really like that. Alright, oh, and so when you get the Necromancer, for those of you who don't know, you actually get some things to go along with it. You get a set of rings, which are these ones, which I really like these. You get a pet, which is this, the Half-Moon Golem. I'm not going to actually use that. You also get a pennant, which I think it's this one, I think. Bloodmaster. I can't remember. Oh, and a portrait frame, which I will use. Other than that, I don't have anything. And since this is hardcore mode, I don't have my Paragon points either, so basically starting all from the very, very beginning. Well, aside from maybe some gold from that one hardcore character I do have at level 40. At level 40. Yeah.
I have come to aid these lands. Where is the fallen star?
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
They keep coming.
Phrasing.
I've never seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
Oh, I like
Leah
that.
at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
So,
Burn those corpses before they rise again. Sakarum has fallen to disgrace.
none.
Promise Marco I protected, and now he's dead.
Alright, so I think she's in here.
For many years, villagers were too afraid to settle near the ruins of the cursed town Tristram. But as time went by, adventurers arrived to loot the old cathedral, and their business was profitable enough that new Tristram sprang up to accommodate them. Fewer travelers visit now, though, and the town is mostly populated by craftsmen and farmers.
Huh. There's also another notebook back in here.
We've been under siege for 6 days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
Yes, well, I'm here now. Hello, Leah.
Leah, did you survive the fallen star?
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
This is killing business.
Oh, very
The
funny.
dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Yes. That is why I am here.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
You know, if I'm being honest, the first time I played through this, I never really paid too much attention to the actual story and every single nuance of it. I was just trying to get through it.
I will bring peace to the risen dead.
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
I have experience in these matters.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Yes, experiencing these things, sure.
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Alright, so let's go and kill these bitches. So this is like, most of the things I play. I think there's a way to, have like a melee or a kind of a close combat version and a long range version. I'm gonna go with the long range version. Just because I really prefer the long range to close range. For being a mage. Alright, let's see. Oh, and also for anyone who's wondering when I'm going to do more of the ukulele, I'll be getting back to that soon. I know I've been asked about it, at least by one person in particular. I'll be getting back to that. I want to actually be able to record and make some actual progress, not just have a montage of me repetitively failing at playing the game. So I'm going to try and figure out a way of actually doing just that. But in the meantime, I also wanted to get a recording of this going, because I've actually wanted to do a hardcore playthrough of this on recording for a while now. And I felt that the Necromancer coming out actually gave me a reasonable chance to do this. Yeah, okay, so no. Yeah, I like I like this better.
Empty chests. Something took the treasure.
Something. Where's your mind automatically goes to something instead of someone? Also, for those of you that don't know, on hardcore mode, you only get one life. in normal mode, if you die, you can respawn and continue on from wherever you were. But on hardcore mode, if you die, you die. That's it. There is no coming back. That character is truly dead, and you have to start a new one. And I've been reluctant to play hardcore by myself, but here I am. Isn't this the thingy that I can go into? Gold. No, I guess not. Okay. Kill the wretched queen in old ruins. Should be this way.
Old
Yeah,
Tristram. Diablo once walked these lands.
Thank you for interrupting me again. Trying to sneak up from behind me, are you? Get wrecked. Huh. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, I was about to say, how come my inventory be full? It just started. Okay, so now I guess we'll go through the portal and... Oh, there's some people to kill. Can I kill them? I can! Oh, I like that. That goes right through them. And this keeps on going. Aren't they already dead, though? Aren't they like, you know, the risen dead?
Rathma has blessed me.
Where is this? Where is this? Nice.
Thank you for your help. But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Interesting. If he lives, his knowledge could prove useful.
Life per second, 3 life after each kill. Lose 1 armor for it, so yeah, I'll take that. I'm pretty sure I can make a scythe at this point. Oh, now I have to wait till level 5. I guess I'll use that sword then. Yeah, use the sword. Can't make an offhand yet. Oh, also not until 5. 1 more level.
I will help you find your uncle, Leah.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up before they were ambushed. Rumford told me they fought their way back to Adria's hut. The key must still be there.
Okay. I'm also going to talk to this guy and get his...
It doesn't seem likely that
Lore.
Deckard Cain could have survived down in the cathedral this long, does it?
Strange things happen in these lands.
You seem quite sure of yourself. You know something I don't.
Well, I do. I know lots of things you don't.
Lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon. My brother died defending this town, while that bloated coward tried to run away.
Your cart is in the way.
How dare you speak to me like that? I am the mayor of this town.
Then why are you standing here idle?
Are you mad? This town is doomed. Anyone with a grain of sense should be trying to get out. Will you help me or not?
No.
Well, right straight to the point. Alright, so I think, when I played through this with my roommate, he said this should be a yes.
A miracle has happened. A hero, like one out of Uncle Deckard's tales, appeared and saved us. I know in my heart that my uncle still lives, and I pray that the hero will bring him home safely.
Don't worry, Leah, I didn't come to your room for any other reason than that. Great, who got themselves eaten?
And it is written,
Oh.
a fire will carve a furrow in the sky.
That's right, it's supposed to go through this. And off we go.
Here, let me open the gate. Adria was my mother, but I don't know much about her. She died when I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Deckard.
Did you know your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristram fell to the demons.
When I hit level 5, I'll teleport back to the city and actually make a staff net offhand, unless I find one along the way.
Hidden cellar. Follow me.
Dark magic lingers here.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it.
Oh, die! Oh, shit, down. Aha! I win.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal. What I've seen of it is disturbing. I want to know more about her, but that can wait. We need to save Uncle Deckard first.
Leave that to me. You'd best stay and learn what you can.
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night. I suspected what was lurking within his troubled heart. I consoled him as best I could. Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely follow in his wake. The shadows close in on Tristram once again. But like Aiden, I'll be gone before they fall.
For a long time, Uncle Deckard avoided coming back to this place. There were a lot of ghosts here for him. This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad and terrorized the people. I don't know what really happened here. Whatever it was horrible. Nearly everyone who survived went mad.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are hazy, but I know that Adria was obsessed with chasing the arcane. She knew she could never raise a child. Uncle Deckard believes that the madness and horror of her life finally caught up with her.
Or not, you know. Could be the not part. It's the not part. Oh, shit. That does a lot of damage. Alright, so...
My soul is not yet at rest.
Okay. How exactly do you know that? Alright, so there's nothing without any corpses.
Tristram Cathedral.
That does a lot of damage. Like a lot. Who's moaning? I got those wings, they made that fall a lot less, you know,
The star
hurtful.
fell below.
Really? Couldn't have guessed.
I understand so much more now.
Skeleton mage. Raise a skeleton from the ground to attack your foes. That actually might be more helpful. Alright, so let me do that thing. I can't teleport back. I can't cast return or whatever it's called. I just hope I find some out here. They don't last very long. I have to get the job done, so. I really don't remember which way to go.
And I'm cursed. Once the captain of King the Oryx army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Right, that's not what I would call love. That's the opposite of what I call love. Let's see. Everyone wants to play? Ah, there you are. Okay. I'm still debating whether or not to keep with the mages, or to go back to that bone spear. Because I do really like having my own ranged thing instead of a secondary ranged attack rather than relying on my summons to do that kind of damage for me. It's the main reason I don't like Summoner in, or I do, but it's the main reason I stopped playing Summoner in Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to that one.
This creature will die.
Thought we could keep the dead trapped here. Akarat, save me.
These guys are freaking strong. Oh damn it, die. Is this a corpse? Yeah, it doesn't count. Finally. Damn. There we go. I really need a better weapon set. I'm really not doing a lot of damage. I'm supposed to go this way. Where else has I been down here? Maybe. Alright. So I think that would be going backwards. Oh, okay, I'm going right now. Man, that just gave me a lot of gold. Here we are. Now I can go back and make a
Stay
new
back.
scythe and an
Back.
outlet.
May this wedge hold. The Skeleton King.
The power of the fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
In my opinion, this is the corniest cutscene in the entire game. Gods, bring me his bones. They shall suffer as I have suffered.
Stay back.
Stay back. Could you be any more corny? Come here. Come here. Come here. Damn it. There we go. No, I don't want a shield. I don't want to equip a shield. Are
Thank
you
you,
insane?
but why did you risk yourself for me?
I believe we can aid each other. Your niece told me you were here.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
I'm sure you did.
We must discuss the fallen star. Follow me.
I have found Leah's uncle, Deckard Cain. He was pursued by a creature called the Skeleton King, who blocks the path to the fallen star.
Alright. No! Oh, okay, so doesn't matter that he's not here. Okay, so one-handed scythe, yes? Yeah, one-handed scythe. Equip that, and then the offhand. Explain to me how I go about using these materials to create an exsanguinated heart. Do I just have the heart somewhere? Do I just find it and then just use all of these materials over here, whatever they're called? And I don't understand. I don't understand how this works. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to equip it. Alright, let's go talk to Leah. Actually, isn't there a thingy now? Ah!
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
There's nothing more there. Come up here. Go to Leah's room. Nope, nothing more. Alright. Let's go and talk to Leah then.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Friend? I am not often called that. But I wish to know more about the fallen star.
The prophecy of the end days
I was right
surely
about to
points
say.
to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Ravna has blessed me.
Oh, yay. Right. Okay, so I got a bone spikes occasionally stun enemies. Cool. Let's do that.
I've spent most of my life traveling from place to place with Uncle Deckard, while he did his crazy research.
It seems reasonable enough to me.
He's convinced that the forces of hell will invade our world and bring about the end times. All these years, he's still searching for a way to stop this apocalypse.
Okay.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil. He lost both of his sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
I will find a way to lay him to rest.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
Alright.
Do not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own eyes?
Horrors have visited Tristram before, and it endured.
But what of the texts? The Sakarum tomes born of a falling star. The Heraldric scroll spoke of the dead rising, and the Lord of Lies, the prophecy of the end days, says that at the end of all things, the first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the texts since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should read too much into them.
You'll regret that soon. I think this is a good stopping point. I need to go and do a couple of things. I'll pick this up in the next episode, where right from this point, it should save right here. So, vielen Dank Leute fürs Schauen und ich werde euch im nächsten Video sehen. Tschüss!